hey, let me go get that mortgage. Right, you've come to the right place. Let me assist you in giving you a few mortgage tips so that you're not left in shock when you hear this. So, NHT has now partnered with various financial institutions, so your local prominent banks, your Sagicor, your Scotia, your NCB and JN, further other banks as well, also billing societies. What happens now is that if you earn $30,000 or more per week, NHT sends you directly to these banks to see if the bank now will give you the mortgage. You may say, okay, if the bank is going to give me the mortgage, then that definitely means that my interest rate is going to be higher. Well, yes, and in fact, no. What I would recommend for persons in this situation is that they seek the help of a trusted mortgage broker. A mortgage broker would now assist you in shopping around and getting the cheapest interest rates that will assist you. But furthermore, if you're sent to these banks and the bank decides, okay, for some reason we can't accept you, what happens is that you don't have to feel dismayed and say, oh, and feel discouraged. The bank sends you back to NHT, and NHT looks on your application. NHT is saying, okay, well, I understand that your loan may have been refused, maybe you have bad debts or you currently have bad credits. Right. NHT, on the other hand, does not turn away anybody if they have bad debts or bad credits, or if you currently earn $30,000 or less per week. If you earn $30,000 or less per week, more than likely the banks will not accept your application for the mortgage, and then you'll be sent back to NHT. If you're sent back to NHT, NHT will do their connections with the bank and find out exactly which agent would have, unfortunately told you that you weren't qualified. They'll do their checks, ensure that everything is in accordance to what it should be. If everything is in accordance, then NHT will still go ahead and fund you that balance for your mortgage. So you're saying, okay, so if I earn $30,000 or more, the bank more than likely will accept you, and then you'll have to get that balance of the loan. And that balance of the loan will come directly from the bank, and then you go ahead and pay that mortgage directly to the bank and not NHT. However, if you earn $30,000 or less, right, more than likely your mortgage is going to come directly from NHT. So that loan will come directly from NHT, and then you pay NHT that mortgage monthly. What I'm trying to say is that by virtue of this partnership, there is no a minimum threshold of $30,000 or more per week, or $30,000 or less per week. If you earn $30,000 or more, then more than likely you get that loan from the bank, and if you get that loan from the bank, you pay the bank monthly for the mortgage, because in essence the balance will come from the bank. If you earn $30,000 or less, then you go directly to NHT, and NHT under no circumstances will not say, oh, we won't give you the loan. NHT always, in all circumstances, grants you the loan. That loan for you to, have that nice dream home that you've been thinking about. So, in a sense, that's basically where it's at now. It may be confusing at first, but to get the best interest rates, I suggest to you, if you're qualified and the bank decides to accept you, I suggest to you get a trusted mortgage broker, and that mortgage broker would assist you in shopping around and getting the cheapest rates available. Alright? It's been Chavez here, your favorite real estate agent. Guys, I'm telling you, if you want to know the tips, just follow me and I'll assist you, alright? Take care. Hey everyone, it's me again, Chavez, your favorite real estate agent, and I'm here to give you another tip in my real estate tip series. Alright, so for this tip today, I'm going to share with you how to get pre-approved from the National Housing Trust. Alright, so getting pre-approved from NHT is a pretty easy and standard process, but here are going to be a few things that you need to have in order to get pre-approved from NHT. So one, you're going to need your NIS card. Your NIS card is a very crucial piece of information for NHT, because that NIS card and that NIS number is what they are going to use to be your application number. So you need to have your NIS card. Also, you need your TRN card, right? For persons who are currently residing overseas and may not have a TRN, or if you don't currently have a TRN, you need to at least get a letter from TAJ, or you need to get even that sheet from that TAJ that says, this is my TRN number, so and so and so. The reason why this is crucial is that NHT needs this information in order, for one, they need to know it for the applicants and also for any other person who's going to be on the title. So they need to have this information on their systems at NHT. The next thing is that they need a job letter just to show that you are employed to a company. So if you're employed to a company, you have to have an current job letter. What they also need is your last 2 months pay slips from this employer. If you don't have it from this present employer, a verification of the gross income and contributions letter from past and present employers is also acceptable. All right. If you're self-employed, you have to definitely contact the compliance department to ensure your contributions are in fact current. Also, they need proof of age. This proof of age is going to come into the form of you getting your birth certificate. So just have to present them your birth certificate. So when you're going for an interview, give them your birth certificate, and this will show them just proof of your current age, right? You need to also have 2 passport size photographs, right? But these 2 passport size photographs is if you're getting an open market service loan, you need that 1 passport size photograph. But if you're getting a construction loan, then you need 2 passport size photographs. All right. Another thing is that you need an acceptable means of identification. These acceptable forms of identification, though, come in the form of 1, a valid driver's license. 2, your passport is also acceptable. Your voter's ID is also acceptable. They would also sometimes, though, accept an ID from your employer. But for this ID from your employer, it must be a current employer naturally, but it must also be your photograph and identification number. All right, so they will also accept that. And if you're married, then you need to present them with a certified marriage certificate, right? So these are a few of the things that you need in the pre-approval process, right? In order to get pre-approved as well, you can just check NHT's website at nht.gov.jm and then look on the side that says eligibility letter. Under that section, you can click in, log in with your information, and then that now can show you how much would be your estimated monthly payments. All right, so that is also something you can look at and say, hey, all right, I can start some budgeting here and there because, hey, I'm qualified for like $20,000 to pay monthly. You can start to do your budgeting from your salaries and so on. So you're better able to put yourself in that position in order to adequately pay for your mortgage. All right, another step now in my series is that I'm going to show you now how to also look out for these things as well when you're getting the letter of commitment. So and try to get a letter of commitment after you've already filled out these steps and you've already dropped them off at NHT. NHT says, hey, here's your pre-approval. All right, you're going to need to bring to them a copy of the registered title. That copy of the registered title is what you're going to get from the vendors. So if you're going to get it from the vendor's attorney, you're going to need that. You're going to get the certificate of payment of taxes. That is crucial. All right. You need the water bill, and this water bill has to ensure that there are no outstanding payments, right? From there, no outstanding payments on it, you're good to go. The purpose of this is that the water typically runs with the land, and any company or any transaction you're doing in that conveyancing process needs to have the water bill updated. If there's no water, then a simple letter stating that there's no water on the premises will suffice. All right, certificate of payment of peril insurance, right? This is if it's really coming from a strata or housing corporation, so this is really applicable in that sense. All right, you're going to also need a surveyor's ID report. So the surveyor's ID report is one of the most crucial documents you're going to have. If there's any breaches on the if there's any breaches, it's going to take a while before you can have that breach modified. If for some reason you're negligent and not getting the surveyor's ID report, you could run yourself in a little bit in a spot of bother, yeah? But the surveyor's ID report is good because it checks for boundaries, and it also checks that there's no breaches of the restrictive covenants. Alright? So the surveyor's ID report is in fact crucial. The next thing is a valuation report. Valuation report is another crucial piece of information because what it tells you what's the market value of the property and also the estimated value of the property. Not only that, it kind of goes in depth in the property, and I think this is what a lot of companies such as NHT need, so they can at least look at it and say, hey, property is estimated to be valued at about $80 million, and they look at it and say, okay, we understand. Alright? And I said, these are some of the few things that you're going to need when you're trying to go from the pre-approval to the letter of commitment process. You're also going to need a statement of accounts from the vendor's attorney, just so NHT has an idea how much it is that they need to give you for the balance of the loan, yeah? So they need to see that, hey, you've already paid the deposit, right? Closing costs, which will be settled by you, and you need to know how much it is that they need to give you now as the closing. So they just need to know that, hey, after everything, they need to give you, for argument's sake, $5 million. Once they see that on the statement of account, then NHT will give that balance from to the vendor's attorney. Alright? So, also as well, some crucial documents that you also need is your deposit receipt. So NHT really just need a deposit receipt to say, hey, I have in fact confirming that I have paid my deposit, which is usually 5% or 10%. Alright, another thing that you'd also need to present to them is a structural engineer's report. So the structural engineer's report is, as I said before, it depends on the type of property it is. It's a property over a period of years. They need to see that structural integrity, just to ensure that the property is able to still stand and it won't crumble down at any point in time, just for your own safety, but also to ensure that the property that you're going to see if you're going to purchase is in fact habitable. One of the things that is also necessary is to sign the sales agreement. So they need to see a copy of the signed sales agreement just so they know that you're actually purchasing a property. Alright, so that sale agreement, that signed the sale agreement, may I add. So it has to be fully executed. That sale agreement is crucial for NHT to also know. Alright. It's Chavez here, your favorite real estate agent, and I'm here with all the tips and tricks in order to adequately navigate your real estate.